Hello, my friends. As you all know, I'm making my videos about my spiritual part, way to enlightenment, and my connection with my guru, Paramahamsa Nityananda. What I want to share today with you is that I've read so many spiritual books and I've heard so many beautiful things, gurus speaking, enlightened beings speaking, my avatar speaking, but more and more how my consciousness is growing, I see and I notice in myself more things like when people speaking to, on the first part, of course, there's a mental level in us which we understand things on a mental level. You think, yes, that makes sense, or I believe this, or I don't believe this. But my experience lately is that there's so many things that people say, like we have to get rid of the I, or we have to kill the ego, or we have to kill the personality. This kind of expressions. You hear them and you thought, oh, yes. Well, I'm sorry, I have to say, I said, okay, yes, it sounds interesting, sounds true, it's good, we have to do this. But actually, since a few days, actually today it was actually the strongest part, that I really start feeling in my system, and I think it is true that the only thing which creates so much stresses and fears and insecurities and depression is the identification with the I. You read it everywhere, people speaking about it, the books are full of it, and still for me it was a mental concept. I could not emotionally feel it and be aware of it, or my consciousness didn't go that far. I was not ready for this. And today more and more I was sitting there and I think it is true. I mean, first when we are born, there is no I. There's just a certain kind of consciousness or awareness or oneness, whatever you want to call it. Maybe with the spiritual part we say like oneness, but even you think you don't have an I. I comes later. And let us really think about this, that when there's no, imagine there would be not an I. You were just maybe raised in a forest, you didn't have parents, you didn't have any identification with the society, or with the religion, or with a political statement, because these all the things are coming into your system later, from your parents, from all these things. So yes, I was reading today, well actually I was thinking today, and I was sitting there and I don't know what's going on with me, to be honest with you. But last days I'm really just so, I don't know, so aware. And I'm sitting and I'm just see the world passing by. I see all these people passing by, and I really, more than ever, I think, what is this game? Or what is this world? Or what is this movie I'm watching in front of me? And it's really like, I'm part of it and I'm feeling outside of it. I'm connected with it and I feel completely disconnected with it. So it's like two different sensations at the same time. And when I start sitting down and digging in myself, I thought like, yeah, it is really true. The moment when we start like, I am this and I am that and I feel this and I feel that, that is really the only reason why we feel maybe not connected. There is actually no I. And if we could do that all day long, where we could sit as much as possible while we working, while we sleeping, while we eating, while we having sex, whatever, just being always aware there is not an I. The I doesn't exist, and there's only being. You're being. And you can do a meditation about that. That's actually what I did now. And I think like if you would just sit down and just be aware, that there's nothing to do, nothing to go, nowhere to connect with, just connect with being. You're just being aware. And whatever voice might come up, just say, no, you're not welcome here. Just go on, keep going with your traveling, but not in my space. In my space, for the moment, I just want to be. So not like, oh, I'm sitting here and I have to be still. No. Or, oh, I have to go tomorrow to here. Or yesterday I should have done that. Just be aware. So even don't call it like, I am in a meditation. That's already where you identify yourself, like with an I, you know. So everything what comes up, just try to skip the I. The I am sitting here, I am meditating, I am depressed, I am tired, I am spiritual, I am stupid, or I am so smart, I am beautiful. It's all started with this I identification. And I think the more I speak to myself, I getting aware of it, that I think skip the I and just be more and more and more aware there is nothing to reach, nothing to go, nothing to have, nothing to possess. We can only say we are. And every single minute of the day is just a perfect moment. There's not a good day or a bad day or a nice minute or an ugly minute. It's just an expression of some life. Call it God, call it universe, call it cosmos, whatever you want to call it. But actually everything is so perfectly as it should be. So we don't have to say, I don't like this, I like this, or I think it should be like this, I think he should be like that, or I think she should behave like that. It's all again with this I. And I think we cannot kill the ego. I mean, the ego is there because it has some reason. I don't know exactly what. Maybe it's just, I think it's there just to, it guides us. It gives you an I feeling that, of course, we are identities here on planet Earth in the Matrix. But I think the whole spiritual part for us is just to de-identify, you know, and get rid of that I. Don't think that you are in identity. I saw yesterday on Facebook this beautiful picture where this little white child gives a hug or kiss, I'm not sure anymore, to this black child. And they say, before society puts the identity in there, you know, I'm from this country, I'm political, I'm Christian, Hindu or Muslim, whatever. And I think all these identification with people create so much stresses and so much separation between people. And I think the whole goal of what we have to do as humans is that we see the equality, you know, that we are all equal. We have only a body, everybody has a soul, and everybody wants to be enlightened and happy as possible. No matter if you are a Jew or a Hindu, Muslim, Christ, whatever. It's all about equality, being equal, you know. Let us just live all next to each other. Let us all be just nice to each other. And just don't have a meaning, don't have an identity, and just be. I think that will be the most perfect thing what we can reach. And we can only do that by looking into ourselves. And of course we need to read a book once. You have to maybe go to a guru. Maybe you have another way of being aware. But the only reason is, like, if we could say like I'm gonna bury to the cemetery and I bury the I. I have this, I am that, I want this, and I suppose this, and I expect this. Don't expect anything, just be. That's the message. It made me very, I don't know, I'm still a little bit confused about it, to be honest. Not confused, but it makes it so, it clicks into my system so deeply that I think, yes, I know exactly what makes me unhappy. Always this identification. Oh, I'm tired, I am depressed, I'm hungry, I think this, I should have done that, I should go this tomorrow. And I think there's nothing to do, just be. That's the only message. It makes me happy when I speak about it now, because I really feel no more mine, no more I. And with Paramahamsa Nityananda, I told maybe a few times whether we had once a ceremony where we should say, I give up the I give up the mind, and I surrender myself to the space of Shiva. Say Shiva, maybe cosmos, God, universe, whatever suits you, but actually give yourself up to the higher selves, and then all the suffering will be gone. Okay, that's my message for today. Thank you. Send messages if you want to go to chico5@gmail.com if you have questions, or my video channel Chico5 or whatever, and just give up the I.